Welcome back to Shonen Pulse episode 26. This is your boy Yato, and today I'm joined by my co-host Traffy.
Yo.
We're a dynamic duoing, 2-0 terrible twos or whatever today. Knox couldn't make it. He has some life obligations going on, but we here to bring you the potty as usual. Poddy, not Potty. But we here to do the thing we do. This is a short week, so we're only covering about three things. With Golden Week, there was no weekly Shonen magazine or weekly Shonen Jump. So we're just talking about the manga that released for Jump Plus, which is Chainsaw Man, Centuria, and Dandadan. Normally, we also cover Shangri-La Frontier, Gachi Yakuta, Ranger Reject, Ichi the Witch. We no longer have to deal with Astro Royale and Kagurabachi. But this week, like I said, we just got three things, so we're going to get into that. If you guys aren't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you aren't already, if you haven't already done that. Drop some comments down below. Let us know what you think about the episode, the chapters, whatever we say, thoughts, comments, concerns. Let us know if you disagree with anything that Traffy said. Feel free to correct what you said in previous week's comments. If you said you seen the Mummy movie, you can go ahead and say that was a lie. You were just kidding for Knox or whatever. But anyway, jumping into it, we starting off with Chainsaw Man chapter 201. Terror looks like this. And Traffy, let's see what you got. What's your thoughts, buddy?
Why is the real Fammy so dumb? Like
Yeah,
she
she's a damn goofball.
she gets orders to terrify people, and so she just starts terrorizing them. Like, how are you going to take a little kid's eye out with a rock and then feel bad
Yeah,
about it? I mean, of
yeah.
course you should feel bad about that, but yeah.
I still wonder if there's like some kind of like alternate personality switch thing that's gonna be flipped because she's just too silly. Unless that's just it. Like she doesn't have any other personality. She just is a stupid goofball, like Kobeni devil type of deal. Like if that's what she is like through and through, then sure that's cool. But yeah, she seems so silly and like how do you not know how to terrorize? You're a fucking
Devil.
horseman devil. Like yeah,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like you gotta know.
I I
But
I have no idea. Like it just I think this is who she is because, similar to what you said, Kobini was kind of like a goofy character, but she did have that moment where she locked in. So this family might get something like that. Like this could be the Kobini replacement or whatever.
oh man, people are not gonna like to hear that because people are still waiting for Kobeni to come back. I'm waiting for her to come back.
I mean, yeah, yeah. But
I mean, we got like her brother or something in part two, but yeah, like there's a couple of characters like her and not Kusakabe, but Kishibe that need to show up.
yeah, yeah. That's my boy right there. Kishibe, I need him back in the story
Yeah, that boy smoking cigars somewhere, living a good life.
on the beach.
Yeah, with his
Ugh.
fucking half his body parts like just ripped out because he didn't made so many contracts or whatever. But yeah, this chapter, man, I don't know. Like when I finished reading this chapter, like there's more to say, obviously, but like when I finished reading this chapter, I went and tweeted on Twitter, obviously, and I was like, I haven't like I don't hate Chainsaw Man, but like I've been feeling very indifferent lately. But like this chapter just felt stupid to me. Like it just I don't know anymore, man. I'm just like it starts off with the terror not I was about to say terror devil, but like with the falling devil and Fami and that stuff's goofy. And then we get to the end and it's just like it's more goofiness and then it's back to like Denji being like excuse me, Denji's like, you look cute, but you were a devil all along. It's like, ah man, come on. Like I just I don't know what to think anymore. Like I'm just kind of like just here. I'm not like really looking forward to Chainsaw Man, but I'm not like mad when I read it. But it just exists for me now. It isn't to the point where I was like to get this shit out of here, like I was with Astro Royale. But I just kind of like I'm slowly not caring as much.
I
But
think
like
I think the issue with this chapter, for a lot of people, and maybe people weren't able to put their finger on it, but I think it's repetition.
yeah,
So the chapter starts and we get, the real Fammy being goofy, we've seen the real Fami being goofy. We get the falling devil making people fall. We've
Yeah.
seen that before. Dingy only saves a woman because she's a woman. We've seen that before. And then Asa, laughing at death. And, you know, well, Asa laughing at death. We've seen that before. And then the whole conversation with Dingy saying, but you were a devil all along. It feels like we've seen it before. So a lot of this is stuff that we've seen before. And the last
Yeah.
chapter ended with what we thought was going to be Chainsaw Man versus Fake Saw Man, which is
Yeah.
infinitely more exciting. And then we get stuff we've already seen.
Yeah. And
And
it's like, yeah, like you're right. So normally when people talk about how Chainsaw Man is kind of like repeating itself, they're talking about like it repeating either like story elements or like there being like similarities to part one. But that's not even the issue. Is that like it's repeating things that have happened in part two. Like like people were pissed when they saw like the Bat Devil again. And people were pissed when they saw like the Infinity Devil again. It's like okay, yeah, it's done differently. But like here we have Asa and Denji, like Yoru and Denji doing this thing again, where like they've already done this. Like we've already seen Asa and Yoru have the whole like, oh my god, I can't actually reason with you because you're a devil. And then like Denji also knows, and it's like the repeating is now happening in the same place that like it took place at before. Like before it was cool. It was like okay, we saw how Denji dealt with the thing. Now let's see how Asa deals with like the Bat Devil. But now it's just like repeating the same problem within the same like afternoon basically. Like it's probably like in universe it's probably the same day that they were having like a bunch of like weird shit happen. And just like you said, the fake saw man, like he like you said, last chapter ended and he's like, do you have any idea what you done? And I'm like, oh cool, fuck it, hell yeah, let's see what we're about to get into. And then it's just back to goofiness. And falling devil is now like, the falling devil thing is more comedic. I mean, it's still not supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be terrifying or whatever, but like it's still being used as like a joke with the whole like Denji saving the girl and blowing her arm up and shit. Like I don't know. It's just I'm just having
I
trouble
don't
caring right now.
I don't want to be super negative, nor do I want to sit here and glaze Fujimoto. I know I've done that a lot, but I I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and just be like, he did this on purpose. Last chapter ended on a very high, and then this chapter we get a lot of repeats, which, it seems to be pretty universal that people were kind of meh about this chapter. And so I feel like he's about to drop like the craziest chapter ever, and this was just like, hey, take a break for a minute.
Yeah, I really
Obviously,
hope
that
so.
sounds like glazing.
I mean, but like to be honest, like I was never like I know a lot of people have for a while during Chainsaw Man Part Two. A lot of people have been on the side where it was just like kind of to hell with Fujimoto. Like he's kind of spinning his wheels and like this shit's boring or like it's not as whatever. I never thought it was boring, and I didn't think he like fell off. I don't think he's like been cloned and replaced like Gucci Mane or whatever. But like, fucking this chapter was the first time I was like, all right, I just don't care because like there's been low points in the series and there's been high points, and I feel like the chapter where the actual Death Devil revealed that she was like using Fami's identity, I felt like that was one of the high points. Like that was a really good chapter. I was like for the first time in a while I was like holy shit, like I never saw that coming. People were doing a lot of theorizing about how like the Death Devil this whole time she's been like tilting her head like someone that's hanging by a rope and stuff. There's a lot of like thoughts being, swirled in the Chainsaw Man bubble. But with this chapter, I saw it and I read it and I was just like, wow, that was just stupid. Like it just felt like comedy, just senseless jokes, gags, and like silliness from Fami to the fucking oh you look cute but you were a devil all along, and then she's back to the like I'm the only woman you need. Like I need next chapter, when this episode's out, it'll be next chapter will be out unless it's on break. But like, I need this new chapter to like not do this. Like, Denji fuck someone up, dog. Like this is the first time where I've been reading Chase Summit and I'm like something better happened because like this chapter just felt stupid to me and I really like wanted to see something with the fake Saw Man or whatever because he ended and he was like, you got any idea what you did? And it's like, fuck, what did he do? Tell me.
I
What did I know?
so my initial reaction to this chapter, it wasn't necessarily negative, but I think that in and of itself is the issue. So, you hear a lot of people when they refer to like movies, for example, they're like, this movie's so good, or this movie's so bad it's funny. And those are like totally opposite ends of the spectrum. But then you
Yeah.
have that middle point, which is this movie was just bad. Like, not terrible in the sense that it wasn't a well crafted movie, but it left you feeling nothing. You were bored, basically. And
Yeah.
that's how I felt more towards this chapter. So when I read it, I wasn't like, this is a good chapter or this is a bad chapter. I read it and I was just like, eh, okay.
Yeah.
What's my next thing that I have to read right now?
Yeah, and it's like you don't need to like the Fujimoto has already sold it 100 times over that Yoru is an evil devil, like can't be humanized, can't be reasoned with. They are to the core going to do bad shit. And it's like you didn't need to like if this chapter was set up just to like give Asa another like notch on her belt, like I'm a evil devil. Denji tried to save somebody, I'll blow her elbow off. Like you didn't need to do that. Like this could have just been something else. We didn't need it. This felt like I don't have the, I need to. It felt like padding. Like let's stretch this out, have a silly moment with Fami, and then the week after that we'll jump into the action because like I got a dentist appointment or something and I can't like do too much crazy drawing or something. I don't know. I just I'm just
Yeah.
this was an indifference chapter, and I remember I was reading something. I can't remember what gaming company it was, but like, maybe it was like Bungie or something with Destiny, some shit going on with Destiny. And I remember somebody saying like the worst thing for like your like product or service or whatever isn't for like the fans to be like complaining about what needs to be fixed or like what they hate or whatever. It's like the people who feel indifferent because like if somebody's complaining and telling you you need to get off your ass and do this to make it better and it's like yeah there's those people still like care about the thing but like if you're indifferent it's just like if it ceased to exist like it would no longer affect me. I would not feel like I lost anything and that's this chapter like it pushed me more into like if this shit ended today like I wouldn't care but like there's obviously stuff I want to see so like
Well,
really hoping he locks in.
I wouldn't go that far, but what I would say is that when part two is done, this is a chapter that if someone gave you, a volume or all of the volumes and just this chapter was missing, you wouldn't have any real missing details.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely feels like one that just didn't have to be here. Like they could have just showed us. Like it could have this chapter could have just been straight dingy and fake dude talking the whole time, and that would have been fine. And
Yeah.
then like maybe in like I don't know, just like it could have just I don't know. It was a silly chapter, but Chainsaw Man's a silly series, so the whole let them cook thing. I've always said let them cook, see where it goes or whatever. So I ain't gonna switch up, but this chapter definitely did not. It didn't feed me. I wasn't fed. I didn't like I read this and I was like wow. So Tuesdays, huh? Good thing
Yeah.
I got I was, good thing I got other things to read on Tuesday because this did not fill me up. So yeah. Uh, hopefully tomorrow slash today when people are listening to this, there's a better chapter. But I think I'm spent on this one. Do you got any other things that you want to talk about? Because I kind of just brought the mood for this chapter down. There's probably stuff to talk about.
Nah, I'm skeeted. We covered. It was what you said. Not a lot happened this chapter, so
Okay. Yeah, just the page where all the people falling, fall. I like the falling devil and the page where all these people falling past Dingy and fucking Blood Vessel Man. It was a cool page, but yeah, give me some more to chew on, Fuji. But
Yeah.
all right, if you're straight, then that's gonna do it for Chainsaw Man Chapter 201. Terror looks like this. Now jumping into second manga of the night, Centuria Chapter 51, Mortal Kombat 3. And actually, I can't believe I just now noticed that these this last couple chapters have named Mortal Kombat. I'd never I gotta go back and look, but I'm like three, huh? When did we have Mortal Kombat 2 and 1? Like I never noticed. Yeah, I just flipped through and last chapter is Mortal Kombat 2, and I guess that was Mortal Kombat just 0 or 1 or whatever. But anyway, just random thought. Yeah, this chapter started off interestingly. Uh
Kuramori Kuramori is weird.
yeah. I mean,
like you had the whole Julian and Lacrima thing, and now you
yeah.
have this person and their sister's weird obsession.
I think back then, it was more like common probably or whatever. I saw somebody tweet it and it was like the author's poorly disguised fetish or whatever. It's like I wonder how long he's been waiting to draw this scene and the one with Lacrima. Like, did he know day one? Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this weird scene or whatever. But I mean, it wasn't too crazy. Like nothing actually happened. We just see like silhouette of sister tits, and
Yeah.
so that's cool or whatever. But yeah, the her gift awakening and letting her fucking become his axe. That's cool. I guess it's interesting. I still want to know like what the process of that was like. Like did her body just mold into an axe or did she like I want to know what the actual process of this is because like his sister's basically in love and wants to be used by him, which isn't in quotes or italicized or anything. But like she awakened a gift that let her embody that love. She gave her mind and body to take the form of this act. So like, was she fucking like soldered onto an axe or something? Like, did they burn her body attached to this thing, or like, did she just sprout an axe like a tree one day? Like, I want to know how this happened. Like,
No, that's her power. Her power turned it's a terrible power, mind you, but her power turned her into that.
so wait, you think like so you think she can like disable it and be his sister again?
I I don't know if she can disable it because I mean it doesn't really explain how her power works. It's just like you see on the panel, she's got the black marks on her eyes, and then he says she awakened a gift and gave her mind and body to take the form of this axe. So it just like the top of it, for example, looks like it's her spine, and then you have like tendrils of flesh connecting to the rest of the axe. So I think her body just shifted into this axe.
So I wonder then if her ability was specifically this axe, or like if she could take any like form, like weapon form, and she just did this one purposely. Oh, this is a weird power, man. So because
I
now
was
now
it's that's what I was thinking about too, because other like if she's just stuck like this and this was all she could turn into, that's a very unfortunate power. I mean, I guess for her it's fine, but like
yeah.
this reminds me of the fucking Windex bottle head hero from My Hero.
Yeah, like very unfortunate that your power is that, bro. Like it stinks. Like holy fuck. Like you don't, if your brother is dead, then you're just cooked. You're just on the ground, and like now this loving form that you take is going to be in the hands of some dirty other person. Like I want to see what the conversation was like. Like when this transformation took place. Like did she go, "Oh my brother, I love you so much. I can't bear to imagine you wrapping your sweaty fingers around another weapon, so I'll become your weapon." Or like what happened? I needed to see what the transformation was like, and like was she awake? Did she do this? Because if it's her power, like she just Wonder Twins activate and she fucking popped the axe out of her chest. Like that's some freaky shit.
The question that it bothered me more though is so far like up until this point, I guess a little bit previously, but I didn't really think about it until this chapter. So far as like Julian goes, he was blessed with his power by like the goddess of the sea. And then we saw like the weird forest uh, god, devil thing, whatever they are. Uh, and then the king is all about water, so you would assume he'd be blessed by like a water spirit. So these gifts, are they just weird offshoots of whatever it should be? Like, as generations go on, the gifts get muddier and further away from what they were supposed to be? Or else, like, what gave her her gift? What gave him his gift? Like, was it a
Yeah,
gravity god or something? The new
yeah,
power schemes don't really fit into what we were originally, the information originally provided. So that I, I'm questioning that now.
yeah. Like, what's the theme? Like, the connection between him and her? Like, because with her, it's like, oh, maybe it was some kind of god of war or something, or like a weaponsmith, battle master type of entity blessed her with the ability to become the weapon or something. And with him, it's like, okay, so you can make it light. Like, what the fuck? You can make anything not heavy for a while. Yeah, I release my power the instant it hits the enemy, and the weight of my axe and the force to destroy everything. Like, what's the connection?
I don't know. I don't know. That really opened it up for questioning, because up until they introduced all these people with these new types of powers, the power system was pretty straightforward. Like, you were blessed by essentially an element, and then now it's like, okay,
Yeah, you got like fire guy, earth guy, water guy, sword guy, huh?
werewolf people.
Yeah, yeah. There's got to be some like minor deities and shit, or like something. Because I mean, yeah, like you said, the werewolf guy, and then this dude, his power is making the thing light. Hers made her a weapon. The other dude is like telekinetically firing poison nails or whatever, and Elstree can see the future. And there's these gifts. I don't know. There's got to be like a big like fucking panel of gods, a fucking pantheon of like a lot of these motherfuckers.
I think
Um,
even if they didn't really use these people to explain it per se. For example, if after all of this happened, they used Elstree as like a reference point for it. So they're like, this is the god who blessed Elstree, and this is why she can see into the future. She was gifted by Apollo or something. I don't know. Um, then with that one example, it's like, okay, so there are other gods, and their powers are probably related to some specific god that you could go research. But we need
yeah.
to get like that, something different than Julian's power, to really explain the power system again, with it opening up like this.
Yeah, I want to see like a round table fucking conversation between a bunch of like gods, kind of like under or whatever, like the master rules from Undead Unluck. Like just all these guys sitting around the table is like, oh, let's see what your blessed child is gonna do. Like they're like taking bets and shit. Like I
Oh,
bet the water guy is gonna lose to the nail guy, and stuff like that. I want to.
oh my hold on, because that would actually kind of be peak. That would be like, I mean, basically any Greek mythology, or think Percy Jackson,
Yeah.
where they have like these children that are demigods essentially, and they're just watching them live their life, and they're just creating it for entertainment. I don't know. That would be kind of cool though.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. And like they did it, but like the way they do it is always fucked up. Like with Juliet, it's like you got to sacrifice 100 souls, and then like I'll give you all this power. And it's like, yep, that's my boy down there. I gave him my power, and it's like watching her, like the gift, the cursed gift that she gave, and matching it up against the cursed gift of fucking Saint Bernard or whatever, who blessed this guy with fire after burning his whole village down or some shit. Like I think it's cool, but we need something because like right
Yeah.
now is just like there's just a bunch of random like if there's like a god who is just like a god of like war or like of weapons and he's the one that blessed the nail dude and the axe girl and the brother is like okay I get it now so they're all kind of from the same kind of family type thing like they're not related like the nail dude isn't related to them but they have the same like regional god or something.
Yeah.
I'd fuck
It
with that.
just needs something
Yeah,
there.
something to connect it. But yeah, Julian's still just putting the paws on these guys, man. He's just like the fucking the one dude when Julian dodges the nail again and catches it, and he's like, oh. It's like how, bro? I never revealed that I could change directions twice. It's like, bro, what this shit for real? Like this shows that this is like way back, like 1,000 years ago. Cause like, dog, if he see you do it once, it's fucking like she said. Isn't it natural to assume you can do it as much as you like? And he just didn't think of that shit at all. Like, huh?
Are you
Uh,
perhaps an idiot?
yeah. I'm like, bro, how do you not think of that, bro?
uh,
Like, he should have did that shit and like just had his name. Like, if he wanted to make it not like if he didn't want that thought to be in Julian's head, that he should have only done like one bounce and then had his nails like fall to the ground or something. Not like I don't know. He should have did more like fails to get Julian into like some false sense of security or something. But nope, he just went for the fucking oop and got fucking dunked on. He got this dude killed or whatever.
yeah. Uh, I do like how the chapter tries to touch on Julian's morality. Like, you killed my brother, someday you'll die by my hand. And, he gets a flashback of Lacrima. It's like, you kill others, you never stop to think that they probably have their own families. Werewolf dude pops up and he destroys his head, which,
Yeah,
and like, it's obviously affecting him because he doesn't want to have to kill all these people, but at the same time, he's like, y'all are coming to hurt my family and I'm going to defend my family. That's it.
yeah. Like you can't say these things like. Do you ever think about their families? It's like, bro, you're literally coming to kill mine. Like, of course, yeah, it sucks that you guys are your mom is gonna be sad because her baby boy not coming home, but like, I'm sad. Y'all killed Armstrong chick. What was her name? Loppy face, big chick in the armor. I forgot her name now. Damn, I'm sad. I'm even more sad now because I don't Engval. You
Engvall,
killed
yeah.
Engval, bro. And it's like you're trying to kill me. You're trying to take Diana's like family away from her, and it's like, yeah, bro. Like, fuck y'all. Fuck your family. You coming for my family?
I do think what's really interesting here is on the second to last page, the like crackle as his mark is expanding.
Hmm.
Like, is this something signifying his power growing stronger so eventually it's like a full mask or something, or is this more of a corruption so like the more he taps into the power he becomes like a host? uh, uh, that's actually got me curious how the powers actually work.
I think if it forms a mask, that shit would be cool as fuck. Like maybe not a physical mask, but like his whole face just kind of like takes on
War
like a
paint,
different appearance now. Yeah,
yeah.
like he gets like a fucking hollow mask type of deal. Like that'd be cool.
I think what's
Just
also interesting is, I guess not really. Never mind. I was gonna say most people have like two, but like two eye marks, but nah, it's different per person.
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you can see like on page 15 that the line is going like straight down past his mouth, but then on like second to last page it cracks and goes in a left, like it makes a left turn or whatever. So yeah, this shit is definitely expanding and getting longer or whatever. So his whole face finna be cracked all up.
Oh, dude. I think the like mask slash war paint thing would be really cool. It gives you that like epic shonen jump moment. I know this isn't, well, I mean, whatever, but it gives you like that typical shonen jump, like Ichigo visored or Naruto nine tail fox moment. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and like I wonder if it's got anything to do with like how many lives he might have left.
I mean, he hasn't lost any more lives, at least that it's specifically pointed out.
Yeah,
Um,
nothing happened here where they would
yeah.
lose a life.
So
But
I don't know. I am curious to see where that goes, and I'm guessing we might find out next chapter.
yeah, maybe if they don't jump, excuse me, jump back to the Lacrima and her brother situation. I forget his name now, like Delta or something. What is his name?
Well, I mean, pretty much everyone over here is dead, so he'll probably be in that fight soon.
Yeah, Arthros. Yeah, yeah. So wait, where is? Okay, no. So Lord, I just went back to last week's chapter. So the guy with the nails, he's standing next to the like maid, and she has a black knight with her.
Oh yeah,
But
she
she
does.
says, "Might I ask you to eradicate the traitor? But you must keep her body intact. That was Lady
Oh,
Elstrie's
okay.
order." So
He went
so
after.
she,
Yeah.
yeah, after Lacrima. So they're about to have an
No,
even
no,
bigger threat.
not Lacrima. The dragon-tailed chick.
Oh yeah, because she ran away. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Never mind. Okay, so she's interesting. Yeah, I hope we see that. Like if he fucking pounces on her and like they don't off screen that death or whatever. But yeah, just more of Julian beating the dog shit out of these fucking ants. Like that was
I
your
don't know.
brother. Okay.
Like, as much complaints as you can give to Centuria about its art sometimes, or even the power system now, this is still like one of my favorites to read. Like when I stepped away from being a part of the podcast, Centuria
Mm,
and Chainsaw Man were really the only things I was still reading weekly.
my condolences. I mean, yeah, I like those.
I mean, like I enjoy everything we talk about. It was just
Yeah,
at that point in time, I wasn't trying to read a whole bunch, and these
yeah,
were the two that I was just like, oh, I got to read the next chapter. I got to see what happens.
yeah. Centuria is still good. I still enjoy it, but um, I don't have any buts. I don't have any complaints right now. Just ready to see what happens next.
Yeah, same.
And the coolest Julian being cool is just always going to be cool. So, and him mentioning Elstree, like he knows Elstree's involved. So this is he gonna go and bust her head open? We'll find out next time, I guess.
I I don't know where he's going, but either way, he's going to throw hands.
Yeah, probably go ball up the nail dude, and I don't know, like with the maid. Like I can't remember if she can fight, but she probably will fight. She's probably strong. Excuse me. She might be one of the strongest ones out there, the maid chick. Like she's probably stronger than all these dudes that Julia just beat. And like what's he tosses like all of them, she will like step on him and be like, nah,
Oh,
you're
whoa.
not touching me. I mean, yeah, give him the footsies, put them toes on his chest.
Oh god.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's gonna be strong.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It could be one of those situations where she's like, "Yeah, no, don't hurt me. I don't have any powers or anything," and then he just leaves her alone.
He might leave her alone. I still feel like she's gonna be strong, but she might not feel like fighting, and he probably leave her alone just because she doesn't look like a combatant.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, good chapter, decent stuff. Cool powers, I guess, with the axe dude and his sister and Wolfman finally being packed up with his brothers. So next up, we got Nail Dude. So he's about to meet his maker too. But I think I'm spent on this chapter. You got anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, that's gonna do it for Centuria chapter 51, Mortal Kombat 3. Now jumping into our final segment of the night. We're only doing 193 of Dandadan. So Dandadan 193, you people. Crazy chapter name. So yeah, we're on a plane, snakes on a plane, fucking subterraneans on the plane. We're doing crazy stuff, but I guess starting from the beginning, we got the gang, and GG is not used to flying, so he's freaking the hell out. It's fun little chapter here, like this page with the plane flying over the Japan or whatever. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts about this one?
So first off, I want to bring something back because
Mhm.
before I left the podcast, we were talking about the fact that Momo could be shrinking and people could be,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
seeing her anymore. So yeah, I did
yeah.
call that. I did call that.
Yeah, I think in a previous episode I specifically said that you didn't call that. You weren't there for that, but I hope I said something along the lines of to hell with Traffy in an episode where you
Man,
weren't here. But
man.
but you know, if that was a thing, you know, there's no receipts, no one can prove that you called it, but you know, good job anyway, I guess.
Everybody, go watch through all of our old videos.
Ain't nobody that crazy. But I like the interactions here with Zuma and Gigi. I because they had their little squabble in the at the school or whatever, so they're not like cool with each other. And Zuma's like, I mean, I wasn't expecting him to be like this. Like, yeah, I still want to like interact with this girl or whatever. It's like, oh, okay, cool. You want to be friends and shit, but like, Gigi's like, hell no, bro, I hate you.
Yeah, I
Gigi's,
it's a cool like flip. Like I feel like this is done on purpose because of how people react to Gigi and Momo versus Okarun.
yeah,
And I feel like this is flipping that on its head with Yuma having no interest in Momo. And I feel like it's like a way like, haha, we know you don't like Gigi, so here's this moment where Gigi's getting flustered and angry.
yeah. I didn't look at like since I didn't like look at any comments for this chapter since it came out like today, so I don't know what people are really saying. But I wonder what the comments are about Gigi's blushing and reacting this way because a lot like you said a lot of people dislike Gigi and they people get into their like shipping wars and stuff like oh Karun and fucking Momo only get the fuck out Gigi. So I want to see what the Gigi haters had to say about this one and if they also say fuck Zuma or if they like Zuma for kind of shitting on Gigi here.
Nah, Zuma cool as shit.
Yeah, he's the guy. Got them piercings and shit, but he can't see. Vision's getting fucking horrible because of this curse or whatever. So I was shocked to see that the I guess the thing the yokai that he's cursed with can act on its own. Like when when the subterranean dude was like about to stab Gigi or whatever, and the umbrella hit him, I was thinking that like Zuma was doing that. Like Zuma saw it and decided to attack at the time, and he was gonna have like a cool line like, watch your back, idiot, or something like that. And, it just be a moment where Zuma just looks cool for like saving GG and like taking out this dude. But like he says, Futa reacted on his own. There's an enemy on board, so like he didn't even know that this was happening, and like then the brawl happens. So
Well, I think he's the only one who has like a physical weapon that's a part of his power. Uh, I mean, I like with Okarun when he had Turbo Granny, she just kind of changed how he looked. So,
oh
but
yeah, I get what
the
you're saying.
little cat doll thing could act on its own. So maybe the yokai's in the umbrella.
Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like if like if Turbo Granny was carrying a sword or something, it'd be a different story because she would just cut somebody like when they're sneaking up, like this guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, yeah. But I definitely thought like at the moment like he was doing it, and I was like, okay, so Zuma's cool. He's about to have his like cool guy moment, but like, nope, the yokai is just watching. So I wonder if it was like in, maybe not. Maybe it's not. I wonder if it like it exists like in reality when it's not like attacking. Like, does it vanish or was this thing in the what's this shit called? Up in the top of the plane, like where you put your suitcase.
Storage. I don't
Yeah, like I would.
know.
No, it's there's a word for it.
Carry on.
Yeah, in the carry-on section. Like I wonder if the umbrellas were up there. It doesn't look like any of them are open, but like maybe not. Maybe it just like appeared physically, like spiritually or some shit, and just attacked like that. But I was just like, if he brought the two umbrellas and they were in the carry-on area, then that'd be something. But
Yeah. I mean, I besides that, it's a lot of fighting. Everyone's throwing hands,
yeah,
and then Vamola kind of saves the innocent people by going into empty space. And there was Momo says, "Wicked. I didn't know you could create empty space, but." wasn't she sucked into empty space by Vamola? Or was she not there for that?
She did it in the school when they were chasing the girl with the pygmies, but I don't think she wasn't like Momo wasn't. Momo was in the room. It
Oh
was
yeah, yeah, you're right. You're
yeah.
right.
So Momo wasn't aware that Vamola did it, I guess. So
Okay.
that might have been like the first time she did it like around people like this or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's interesting, and it was cool that like Zuma, like he didn't realize she was a combatant. She's like throwing her hoodie on, getting ready. Because at first, at the top of this page, where she's like, "They're over here too." Like when she's putting on her hoodie, I'm like, "What the fuck is she doing?" Like it's probably hot on the plane. Why is she like throwing a jacket on? I was like, "Oh yeah." Like when I saw her put the hood
Yeah.
on, and it shows like everybody like looking out for her. Like the one dude's like, "Stay back, miss." And then he's like, "Hey, don't stand there. Hide under the seats." And I was like, "Oh no, she's about to like show y'all." And then she just buffs up. Fuck it. He's like, "Huh? I'll be okay. I'm a strong fellow." It's like, what is this fucking funny speech? But yeah, Vamola's cool, but now we got a fucking kaiju on the plane. Like this shit, like Dandadan just it's absurd and can always just do a bunch of crazy stuff. We got subterraneans, we got fucking yokai, we got fucking aliens and kaijus. Just all of this shit on a plane. Who's driving the motherfucking plane now? Like still don't fully understand the science of the fucking empty space, but like what the
So
hell?
the what I think happens with the empty space, and we can go back to the beginning of Dandadan when the sumo alien attacked them and it like sealed off the walls. I think the empty space is like another dimension. So like if Kakashi hit you with a Kamui, um, I think it's similar to that, where you are and the selected people, that is the space. There is nothing outside of that. So like they could theoretically blow up the plane, but it's not like they're gonna fall. The plane's not in the air. It's just a separate dimension that is just the inside of the plane.
Okay, maybe it's like on top of it or something. Like a
I think it's just
like
an alternate dimension type deal, like some super advanced technology.
yeah. So now I really want to know like what happens then. Like if like you said they blow up the plane, like they're fighting, and what if somebody accidentally fires off a laser beam? Like will they just like exist in the air, or will they go like falling like whoa, and then
Well,
like when the zone ends, are they just back in the air?
I assume that it's, like Momo's house at the beginning of the series, just around this is just a solid wall.
Hmm. Okay.
So, like, if they bust out the or blew out the side of the plane, it would just be a wall. But as soon as the
Hmm.
empty space ends, it's not like that damage transfers to the real world.
Yeah. Interesting.
Or else
But
the school would have been flooded when they were fighting the mantis dude.
yeah, so I guess it maybe puts them back where they were standing too, or something. Because like I'm just thinking now, like if
Oh no.
you like, uh, I'm just thinking like now, like if you walk over and stand like on top of the seat, like the if they stand in a seat that somebody was sitting in when the like negative space goes away, are they just like kicking somebody in the face when they're ported back, or do they all get put back in their seats or something? The people who are like still conscious.
I think the
Uh,
the interesting idea there is when they create an empty space, it stays in one spot. So as soon as the empty space is created, the plane keeps flying. So as soon as they're out of the empty space, they just drop into the open air.
that'd be wild if this like when this is over, they're all just falling for their life.
Uh, I don't think that's gonna happen, but that would be interesting. I do I do want to point out though, what the old lady says. I knew they were no ordinary people, but I never imagined they were bastards from that side, which implies that she knows what aliens are. Why did these people from the mountain know what the aliens were?
Well, so she's a subterranean. So like, are the subterraneans not aliens?
I, I
Like, are
don't
they
think so, because they never created empty space or anything like that.
okay? So maybe
I
so
I think they're just like mole people. I
Huh.
don't know.
Yeah, because like the story has always kind of like focused on the conflict between like yokai and aliens, and I don't know what subterranean is supposed to be. Like, I thought they were just, I mean, maybe not aliens, but like, yeah, that side makes it seem like they're kind of beefing. Um,
With the
but like,
aliens. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know. Maybe there's a third kind of faction, like you said, she's just like an entity from the Earth or something. But
Yeah.
I have been talking about it for a while. I was happy that like Yukinobu went so long without showing the subterraneans again. I like when the mangaka can create a threat, have them sit in the back for a long ass time, and not like hint at them or show them for a long time because that shows how deep the bag is. Like I don't need to show these guys. So now that we are looking at the subterraneans, I feel like as long as they weren't around, the story couldn't end because that like plot point had to come back around and get wrapped up at some point. So now that the Subterraneans are showing their face again, I feel like I don't feel like this is the final arc, but I feel like we could be moving more towards into final arc territory because like a threat that was shown, 150 chapters ago has finally like showed its head again. Versus like if they hadn't shown up, then I would say like, oh yeah, we like I would always be able to say like we at least have another arc. But now I can't say that because all the threats that we know of have made their presence known or whatever again.
I mean, we definitely have another arc because everybody's split up right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's no doubt that there is another. I think that there is at least still one more arc. But like, if she hadn't shown up, then like I would like have no doubt that like next arc, like I would always be able to say like the subterraneans have to come in at some point, so the story can't end yet. So now that
Yeah.
they're here, I'm like, okay, so like the next arc could possibly be the last one, but it might not be, but I mean, Dandadan is now at what's this chapter
Three.
193? I
Yeah.
mean, that's a long run, and it's successful. It's got an anime with 2 seasons. The second season's about to air, and 200 chapters. I mean, that's a long run. Dandadan doesn't really have to do too much more to it. I feel like it's already more than cemented itself, like in fucking whatever. People love it. It's a series that people have been following. I've been following it since chapter one, day one, and a lot of other people. And there's a lot of fun characters, a lot of great arcs, a lot of classic arcs. I feel like once they get animated, so got some potential Hall of Famer moments, cool characters. Actually, series can't end. I'm moving the goalposts. We can't. We can't. The ending is not near until after we get Kenta's backstory. So
What?
till we know Kenta's backstory and where Okaru's parents are, the arc that we are currently in, as long as those two things haven't happened, whatever arc we're in is not the final arc.
Hey, we need the Turbo Granny return too.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like she's gonna pop up like when Okaru's in danger or something though. She's gonna be like, hey brat, or maybe she'll pop up and deal the final blow to an antagonist or something that she's been hunting.
Here, share my powers.
Mm-hmm.
Need that. Need the Turbo Granny return.
I had to sip on that wagwa right quick, but yeah, this is a fun chapter. The kids, getting flustered and stuff on the plane. I have forgotten all about this shit with Momo telling Zuma that she wasn't gonna like tell him her name. I completely when he was like, "Tell me your name," then you said you wouldn't tell me your name, and I was like, "Huh?" It's like,
Yeah,
oh
I
yeah,
didn't remember that either.
I was like, I guess she did say that. What a jerk. And then Gigi's defensive. You don't need to tell him you go to different schools. It's like, dang, bro, it's kind of rude, but I mean, Zuma's cool. We saw in the previous chapter that people really fuck with him, and he's a stand up guy. He's just a delinquent. He'd be beating ass, and but he's a good guy, good heart. But got to get him and his eyeballs straight, man. Hopefully, you know, it's crazy this whole plane ride because like when they were talking about going to some shrine, I really just thought that they were gonna drive up there. Like they all hauled up in the minivan. It was like, oh, we're gonna go do this thing, and now they're on a plane fighting for their lives. So like, who knows what the fuck is gonna happen and like what's waiting for them when they get to their destination if they even make it. Like this plane might blow up and like Vamola, I'm pretty sure she can change her size. So like if the plane blows up, she could just make herself giant and catch everybody in the air. Worst
Yeah.
case scenario. Or like, these people have powers. So like he can go and pop, he can use his umbrellas and float down and Momo's got her like psionic hands and stuff. So like, it wouldn't be the end of the world if these guys did get ejected from the plane because they all have powers and stuff. But
Yeah.
like, I would like to. I can't wait to see where this is gonna go because like, subterranean fucking whatever this is, martial arts lady. She was on that fucking weird shit back in the Evil Eye arc. So I want to see what her and this Anaconda shit about.
Yeah.
But
Curious to
good
see where it
chapter.
goes.
Yeah, can't wait. This came out today, so we'll be waiting for a few more days, unfortunately.
A
But
few more days, the week.
yeah, it's a week, but it'll be a good one. But
Yeah.
I think I'm spent on this chapter. You got anything else for 193?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, that's gonna do it for Dandadan chapter 193. You people? What do you mean, you people? Now, jumping into our favorite chapters of the week. Since it's a short week, there aren't really many, competitors here. For me, I guess personally, I'll just go ahead and say Donadon, just because I said Chainsaw Man was kind of stupid to me, and I mean Centuria was cool, but like I don't know, I think I just like the Donadon chapter more. Plain stuff's cool, and I like this and Earth dudes. I forgot what they call it. Subterraneans coming back. I've been waiting for that. What about you? What's your chapter of the week?
I got to give it to Centuria. I really enjoyed it, and it was good seeing Julian throw hands, and it looks like it's leading into, a pissed off Julian beating some ass. So I think it's going to be hype.
I think your decision is being swayed by the sister boobs at the start of the chapter, but we'll
Nah,
let you rock.
nah.
Okay, okay. So, well, that's our chapters of the week. Let us know down below what your favorite chapters were, and feel free to, let us know, if it wasn't something here, maybe you had a favorite from outside of Jump Plus because we only talked about three things today. So if your favorite chapter was fucking Blue Lock or some shit, hey, fire off, baby. Now, before we get up out of here, gonna read some of these comments from the previous episode, give some thoughts, comments, concerns on y'all's comments or whatever. Let's see, looking at Hypernoxious. I'm really enjoying Centuria. I can totally see a scene later on in the story where a powerful opponent restrains and kills Julian over and over to run down his lives to increase attention. And yeah, I would like that. I think we spoke about that a couple times in the podcast too, like somebody possibly like killing Julian several times to like get some of them lives down, or like maybe they don't know and they're just like, why the hell does this dude keep coming back to life? And then they finally realize it like when it's too late or something.
Yeah, it'd be some sadistic person just stabbing him over and over again.
Yeah, trying to get
It's,
like some information, like where's the girl, and they're just killing them over and over.
I could see it being something similar to the Tokyo Ghoul torture scene.
Yeah, that was messed up, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get that dark, but
I don't
yeah, I mean,
know.
maybe. I mean, it's back in the day. We got chicks turning their bodies into axes so that their brother can wield them. So, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's see. Abyssal Rift on the healing of Samura's eyes. One, I mean, he could have opened his eyes at any moment. Honestly, they weren't sealed, just slashed. And two, him healing his eyes doesn't take away from his character IMO. It adds to it. The one time he's willing to heal from his sins is to protect his daughter. I guess he got a good point there. I think I said in the last episode that I think his eyes being healed would take away from his character. I'm willing to go back on it. So I like what you said. Did you have any thoughts about Samura's eyes and stuff? Like people were thinking that when he used Suzaku or whatever, it would heal his eyes, but looks like it didn't.
So I don't. I kind of. I don't know the way you intended it, but when you say take away from his character, I feel like that's a more personal like this is something that takes away from him as a person if he
Mhm.
was to heal his eyes, and not so much the writing of the character. So it's not like him healing his eyes is making him a lesser written character. I think it would take away from his personality within the story if he did heal his eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, there's still a point there for the one time he is willing to heal is to protect his daughter. But I feel like it would cripple his fighting skills because he's been relying on just his ears for so long that if he healed his eyes, he'd have to adjust to a complete new sense.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, it'd be a completely new experience for him. Like, because I mean, not necessarily, and he could still like close his eyes to do the EI thing, but like his whole like since we've met him, his whole thing has been like fighting with sound, and it's like now that you can open your eyes, it's like it'd be weird.
What's the point of healing your eyes if you fight with sound?
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting, but I don't think we'll ever see him opening them eyeballs again. I also feel like I'd be like weirded out now because like his eyes have been closed for so long. It's like seeing Brock like open his eyes or whatever. It's like, just close those eyes, man. I don't need to see that.
I'm gonna have to change his name from Samora to Samurai.
Yeah, yeah, because he get his eye back. Yeah, I hate it here.
uh,
And I guess one last comment from Juan Hernandez. It's 9HH. Would you guys ever consider non-weekly series like Shoujin X? So for the pod, currently no, because we're trying to stay weekly, even though some things are not being consistently released. Every now, I mean, we have some things that like dip into bi-weekly, like Chainsaw Man. Sometimes we'll like not have a chapter, but we just chop that up to like a break. But I mean, we're not against talking about things like Trojan X. We just scheduling, man. We're all working adults with families and stuff, so Trojan X is something that I personally want to talk about and read and review and whatever on the channel. But like, just scheduling is a bitch. We haven't had time to do much of anything. We're recording this on a Monday. We normally recording on Sunday, but scheduling be what it be, baby. You got any thoughts on non-weekly series like Chosen X or anything?
nah, I mean, we were talking about starting like a monthly show, but
Uh,
we haven't dipped our toes into there yet. So
yeah.
keep your peepers open.
Keep them peepers open. Plus, I think did you read Red Hood, the Hunters Guild Red Hood?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Okay, so that mangaka is coming back this upcoming Sunday with a new series in Weekly Shonen Jump, and like personally, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like that could probably replace Astro Royale. I know a lot of people were saying like we should replace it with X or Y or something else, but like I think that might just I don't know. We'll read and talk about it, but like I'm looking forward to that, and I would not be against adding it if it's somewhat decent. Like if I get a better vibe than I did off of Astro, but
Uh,
I
we
just wanted to see if you read it.
we could put a poll up in the community tab, see what people want based off of what we want. So we'll get some choices, or we'll come up with some choices, and then we can start a poll and have people pick from those choices.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, but
Yeah.
basically keep your eyes open and I guess Sunday's coming up. Read the new Kawaguchi series and like talk to us. We'll be talking. I think regardless we'll probably talk about it next week just because like even if we don't like come and say like we're going to be reviewing it each week. Maybe we can spare a few minutes to talk about the new Kawaguchi series next week, just in case, like if it is good or if it's bad, like we can dedicate the Astro Royale slot to a few minutes of it and see what our thoughts are on it, and maybe we'll do it or maybe we'll add something else. I don't know, but I think that's going to do it for the comments. So that's going to do it for Shonen Pulse episode 26. I know it was a short one, but hopefully it was fun and entertaining and all that good stuff. Make sure you hit the like button, stomp on the subscribe button, leave us some comments, and next week we should be back to a full squad with a full roster. But for this one, it's been your boy Yato and Traffy. If you want to say anything to the people, go ahead.
Yo.
This guy stinks. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Catch you next time.